Hey everyone, it's Jullien from SideHustle.com, and I want to welcome you to the Side Show. Today I want to say happy Independence Day. But I'm not talking about the Independence Day of the United States. I'm talking about your independence every single day. For me, I don't celebrate my Independence Day on July 4th. I actually celebrate it on January 9th. Because January 9th, 2009 is when I felt I had the freedom to transition from my main hustle and make my side hustle my main hustle and do the work that I'm doing today. Now, January 9th, 2009 was 3 months before the economy absolutely tanked. And when I was thinking about transitioning from my main hustle, a lot of people were like, don't do it, you should wait until the economy gets better. And if I had waited till the economy got better, I would still be waiting today. I wouldn't have a six-figure business. I wouldn't have 45 clients this year to date who are paying me all 4 figures or more. And so this is not my Independence Day. I'm actually working for you today to make sure that you can experience what it really means to have an Independence Day. And so I'm gonna walk you through some frameworks to help you think about your freedom at the end of the day. And so let's start with your runway. So I fly into JFK and LaGuardia all the time when I'm going off to my speaking engagements or to meet with coaching clients. And runway is a very key thing. At LaGuardia, the runways are very short. And so when there's severe weather, they actually delay landing at LaGuardia, whereas JFK has longer runways. And when we're thinking about our financial freedom and our independence, we need to think about our runway from a financial standpoint. And your runway is simply how much or how many months you would have to live off your current lifestyle if your employer were to let you go today. If your employer were to fire you today and you had no other form of income, how many months could you keep up the lifestyle or the cost of living that you currently have? And so your runway is simply your checking account plus your savings account plus other liquid investments. And by liquid investments, I mean investments that you could get access to within 24 to 48 hours. Stocks could be a liquid investment. All you have to do is call up E-Trade or your broker and you can turn that to cash pretty quickly. But a home is not a liquid investment. Yes, it may have value, but it's not liquid. And so it's your checkings plus your savings plus other liquid investments divided by your monthly expenses. Okay? So this is all of your assets divided by your monthly expenses. Now here's the thing. A lot of people that I know and that I work with make over 6 figures already, but their monthly expenses are extremely high. They bought a home, they have 2 cars, they have 2 or 3 kids right now. The home that they bought was a little out of their price range, but because they thought their income was high enough, they went ahead and did it anyways. The interest rate might not have been right when they bought their home. And so even though collectively couples are making over $200,000 a year, because their monthly expenses are so high, you know, because $200,000 in terms of income is what we call it, which is actually your revenue. After taxes, that's only $150,000. And so when you break that down, that's about $10,000, $12,000 a month. Because their monthly expenses are so high, their runway is actually very small. So let's just say this particular family has, or individual has 30K saved, but because of their home, their cars, and other things, their monthly expenses are 10K. That means that this particular individual only has a 3-month runway. If their job were to fire them today and there was no severance and no other kind of income, this person, even though they're making a significant income, the reality is that they could only survive 3 months at that current level of living. And so a lot of people think that high cost of living associates with high quality of living. And I know from my own life is that since I left undergrad and business school, my cost of living has been extremely low, like almost college student low, right? But my quality of living has been through the roof. And so just because income increases, there's this thing in us where our expenses tend to increase with our income. And financial freedom is not based on how much you make, it's based on how much you keep. It's the gap between your income or what you get paid and your expenses. The wider this gap is, the more financial freedom that you have, okay? So that brings me to cash flow. And this is the other way to think about it, because when you think about Runway, then the game becomes how much can I save by the age of 65 based on how much I need or how many years I expect to live. Maybe that's 25 or 30 years. How can I save up for that 30 years? And you're trying to stockpile all this money to survive off of for that 30 years that you expect to live after retirement, year after year after year. And so it becomes a savings game. The other game you can play is actually the cash flow game. So instead of worrying about savings and trying to save up for 30 years of life where you don't expect to get an income, you can think about cash flows. And as long as your monthly income is higher than your monthly expenses, then you are all good. It doesn't matter how much your expenses are. Your expenses could be $20,000 a month. But as long as you've built a business in such a way where your income always exceeds that, even in bad months, then you are going to be good for this 30, 40, 50 years of retirement. And so that's what your side hustle is all about. And in the next video, I'm going to teach you the 4 ways that you can get paid even when you're asleep. And we are building our side hustles now in preparation for this long-term gain, right? Yes, it's gonna take some sweat equity from us now in terms of building our coaching and consulting practices and our products, etc., in order to get our monthly income up. And if you just thought about it right now, and let's say you are 35 years old and you plan to retire at 25 or 30. Let's say you plan to retire in 30 years from now, okay? And 30 years times 12 months is 360 months. So you have 360 months to figure out how to increase your monthly income outside of your job to position you to have a retirement where you don't have to worry about how much you saved, because your monthly income always exceeds your monthly expenses. Now the problem is that most of us are living like slaves today. And of course I don't mean slave in the traditional sense. The way I think about slave is we are stuck living above the value we earned. And so when you think about your credit card debt, your mortgage, etc., oftentimes we are living above the value we earn. Therefore, our monthly expenses somehow are greater than our monthly income. And this was all our choice. Yes, expenses are increasing. The cost of food, fuel, housing, healthcare, education, all those things are rising. So it's becoming harder and harder to keep our monthly expenses as low as we want them to. So our only option isn't to cut the lattes that we buy at Starbucks and cut out coupons and save 5 cents, 25 cents here and there. Instead, we need to focus on how we can use our unique gifts, talents, strengths, and skills to increase our monthly income. That's the only goal. And a lot of people are moving through the world where they only have one source of income. And that is extremely dangerous. Yes, that is extremely dangerous. No matter how high your income is, whether you're getting paid $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year, and I have some clients who get paid that, if you only have one source of income, that is extremely dangerous. And so for our generation, the way we think about it is that our employer is just our biggest client, but they're not our only client or our only source of income. You know, our parents' generation, the way they thought about it was, let me get my income from one source, and then let me diversify that in stocks, right? For our generation, the way we think about it is, how can I diversify the number of streams of income I have and not worry about the stock market, which I have no control over? Yes, I can play and guess, and there are people who are pretty good at it, like Warren Buffett, but at the end of the game, it's just gambling. At the end of the day, it's gambling. How can we take the gamble out of it? How can we take the risk out of it and control our sources of income? This year to date, I already have 45 different clients who have given me 1,000, not even given me, where I have earned, my value earned is higher than $2,000, right? And so that is security. That is true security. The economy, as it's fluctuated up and down, hasn't affected my business one bit. It continues to grow. And when you look at the side hustle logo in the lower corner, this is the reason it's designed the way it is. It's not just money or the dollar sign on the side. In essence, there's a lower line, which is your main hustle, right? Then there is this line, which is your side hustle. And then this is the economy. And the economy is going to fluctuate up and down. But if you have a side hustle in addition to your main hustle, it puts you in a better position at the end of the day than someone who just has a main hustle and one source of income. So this is exactly how you calculate your financial freedom. For those of you who want to retire early, who want to do things differently, I encourage you to focus on this game instead of this game. A lot of people, I would say 90% of people are playing this game. Let me try to stock up as much as I can in preparation for 25 or 30 years of no income. But instead, if you just focus on this game, making sure that your monthly income exceeds your monthly expenses, and this income can come from various sources, whether that's your main hustle, your various side hustles, etc. And I'm going to teach you about those in the next video. This is the game that I'm playing, and I'm trying to get this to actually fit this equation. And I'm moving toward it pretty aggressively right now. So with that, I want to say thank you so much. I wish you a very happy Independence Day. I can't wait until you have your own Independence Day, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. If you like this video, please share it. Now, we are a community of anonymous professionals, so we tend not to share this kind of content via Facebook or Twitter. But if you know of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 side hustlers who are starting to think like you and are trying to break free from the corporate ladder and the cubicle, please email this video directly to them so that they can join us and subscribe to the community. With that, I want to say thank you so much, and until next time, keep hustling. Peace.